Hey everybody, welcome back to Marathon Florida TV. I'm DJ Paulo and you're watching Keys to Fishing. Today we're going to go out for a couple hours. We don't have much time to fish, but we still wanted to get out there, see if we can get our lines wet and get something on there. So I'm called on my good buddy right here. This is Captain Mark, also known as my adopted dad, aka Captain Devious. When this guy starts laughing, you'll know what I mean. We're going to take my son out today and his grandson who's visiting from Maryland. And we're going to go out there and see if we can get him hooked into a little yellowtail snapper. All right, we made it out here to the reef. Cool thing about it is we're only 3 miles from land. We didn't have to go that far to get out here. And the cool thing about fishing here in the Keys, there's so much action going on. We're gonna go for the yellowtail snapper, but down here right below us, it could be a grouper, it could be a mutton, it could be a mangrove, it could be just about any type of fish. So right now we're gonna see if we can get these kids hooked into some yellowtail snapper. It's a real simple technique. We're gonna put out some chum, we're gonna put out some oatmeal, which we'll explain later, and just use shrimp. That's it. It's a simple, easy way to go fishing. Gotta say thanks again to my adopted dad, Captain Devious, Mark Thomason, taking us out here with my son, Mike McKenzie, and his grandson, Bryce Thomason. So let's see if we can get our kids hooked into some fish. I'll be right back.
Okay, what we're starting with here is a bottom rig. We're going to put her down on the bottom, hopefully catch some different type of fish, maybe grouper. The bait I'm using today on this to start with is some skippy off of a skipjack tuna. It's nice and bloody and oily and the fish like that. So we're going to drop it straight down and see what we can get out of there.
Bryce here noticed that our little bait rig that we're going to try to catch some live fish on, you notice that the hook was bent. So we're going to change that hook real quick. This is something different than Mark and I usually do together. We're going to use this little bobber to keep a piece of shrimp just about a foot, 2 feet underwater, under the surface, and see if we can get some kind of ballyhoo. We get one of those and get that in the water too, we might be in some good business for possibly even a sailfish. Let's see what happens.
On him now.
All right, it's actually our second.
Don't yank him.
It's actually our second
Easy.
fish.
Don't snap down. Reel as you go down.
Mark wasn't actually fighting the bottom. We think a grouper actually took him into a hole because then it came out and started swimming around. Now Mike was hooked in, hopefully to our first fish. Let's see what we've got. All right, so we had a good time out there fishing today with the kids. And it was kind of special for me watching my son fish today as opposed to the first time I took him fishing when he was probably about 8 months old. And then I would hook the fish, bring it in real close, and then let him bring it in a couple cranks and he'd get all excited. Now, I don't want daddy's help at all. Kid's growing up, young man, and little Bryce, he did a good job out there. And they caught quite a bit of fish, but you know what was really cool is the fact that we're only about 3 miles out. Not that far, only about 50 feet of water. But we have a super moon going on tonight, and this strong tide has really pushed in that nice deep blue pelagic clear water. So close, this Gulf Stream right now to shore, that Michael even caught a dolphin. Yes, a dolphin, a mahi-mahi in just 50 feet of water. Great day out there. You have to come on down and fish here in the Keys. Simple. Technique, 3 different hooks. see if I can get this on camera for you. And this is all we use today. This here we use to try to catch some ballyhoo. Ballyhoo have a very small mouth. They've got the nice long bill, but their mouth is actually very small. So we were trying to catch a nice live ballyhoo to see if maybe a sailfish might bite. For the most part, this is what we fished with. This little hook right here in the middle, putting a piece of shrimp and a piece of bonita on there and catching all those different fish that you saw. Sometimes we might have to use this little weighted one. And this one here is this, when we got that hook going out, we're just free lining it. No weight, just free lining it with the chum. And then what would happen is it would look natural, like a piece of dead chum, like a dead bait, and they would hit it. So you would free line it so it would keep moving. If it stops, the fish might get scared and not take it. So you just constantly free line for yellowtail, and that's what our goal was. And we got some of them on board and a lot of houndfish. And so the kids had a lot of activity. Didn't fish that long, yet they tore it up out there. But seeing a mahi being caught, that was something special.
Great day out in the water.
Make sure you watch Keys to Fishing.
Make sure you stay tuned for another episode of Keys to Fishing. For now, I'm DJ Paulo, right here on Marathon Florida TV.